From all our guests and also our distributors who are attending this presentation from wherever you are. We appreciate the time that you take to come and share this evening with us. As Alan has said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am a business person based in South Africa, but trained as an engineer. And the reason why my wife and I started this business is very simple. We started this business to make extra income. That's all. That's the reason why we started the business. Initially was to make an extra $200 a month because I wanted to supplement my income. You know, when you have a salary, your income or your salary does not match the needs of the family, especially if it's a growing family. So when you came to South Africa, I wanted to supplement my salary as an engineer. And when Betty was invited for a meeting just like this one, she was in Pretoria here, and the speaker that evening was a very dear friend of ours, Hansi Cronje. He was doing the business presentation. So I stayed at home to look after our children. And Betty went for the meeting, and when she came back, she told me, I think it's something we can do. I don't know the mechanics and the details of the business, but it made sense to me, what I understood. So I asked, how much does it take to start the business? She told me about 426 Rand. That was equivalent of about $50 at that time. And that's what, it was a very simple start. The goal was to earn an extra $200 a month. But after working the business for 7 months part-time, I equaled my salary. That's when I really paid attention to the business. So I built the business very diligently for 3 years. And when the income from the business was 3 times my salary, I resigned my job, and I've been full-time since 27 September 1999. So if you're a guest, we would like you to pay attention. The mission of our business is very simple, or of our company, to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And that always starts with you. Your success in the future, your success in everything, your health, your financial status always depends on you. There are people who are going to guide you. There are people who are going to help you grow. Excuse me. But it all. So basically, decades. In fact, it will be 3 decades in the next 3 years. So what does a business actually do? First, let me describe to you, I think, the 4 ways that people
Hi, Pascal, can you hear me? We are losing you a bit. Pascal, can you hear me? Apologies for that. You see, Pascal seems to be experiencing a technical hitch. Kindly bear as we try to reconnect again. It seems we've lost Pascal. Let me try and just get him back on board again. Hi, Pascal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we lost you there momentarily, but you can proceed now. You can see.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, and see.
Okay, my apologies. I'm not really sure what happened there. Yeah, so I was saying a few minutes ago that it's a big challenge to depend on a job because of technology. Employers have found very efficient ways to provide goods and services using computerized system. Because of artificial intelligence, companies are able to do more with less people. They prefer to use technology to provide a product or a service. So you need to ask yourself, if you have a job now, what is going to happen in the next 5 years? Do you think you'll still be having the job that you currently have? The second way that people use to generate income is called self-employment. This is when you get your life saving, or you borrow money, or you mortgage your house to start a business that you want to provide a product or a service to the public. This is good because you determine how hard you work and how much you want to earn. The limitation is that the business depends on you. And if that is the case, if you fall ill, if you want to take leave to attend to family issues, or you want to go for holiday, the business closes down unless you find somebody whom you trust, the product or the service, so that they can replace your physical presence in self-employment. In fact, when you exchange your time for money, that's a treadmill that is very difficult to get away from. The third way that people use to generate income is big business. These are companies or people who employ huge capital, gets lots of people as employees, and they have a lot of labor problems. An example of this is, for example, the Safaricom PLC in East Africa, the MTN in East and West Africa and Southern Africa, the ShopRite Checkers, the Naivas Supermarket. These are companies that invest millions of dollars to start their own businesses. Now, this is not available to the ordinary person in the streets. The fourth way that people use to generate income is investment. That is, when you have money which is over and above what you need for your daily living, and you invest it in an instrument or a company that generates for you a return on your investment. Two things you need: knowledge and the scale of investment. But because most people are not very experienced in investment, they get professional investors to invest money on their behalf. Is there a way that you can find a business that you can create wealth with, or is there a criteria that you need to be able to say this is a business that can be used to create wealth, and it has very few limitations to the ordinary person in the streets? I think it has the following elements. Number one, you need very low capital to start. In our company, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business. So it is put within the reach of the ordinary person in the street. The second is you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services, because this is what people need. Business occurs when a product or a service is bought by somebody, and that occurs through distribution. Manufacturers of things manufacture their products, and then you have a distribution system that takes it to the customer. The third element is you need global reach to be able to generate considerable amount of wealth. Why? Because you'll be providing a product or a service to a large population. Of the countries in Africa that Neolife does business, we cover a population of about 450 million people. Nigeria only is about 220 million. East Africa is about 160 or 170 million. So the company does business in a lot of countries that we cover a very big population base. The fourth element is leverage. Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply your time and the effort that you need to do your business, so that your income is not restricted by the amount of time you put in, but by the number of people you cooperate with to grow your business. The fifth element is consumable high-quality products, because consumable products have a repeat sale. And that's a very good criteria for judging a business that will continue month after month. Why? Because people need your product month in, month out. For example, soap, not very romantic, but it's good business. The sixth element is you need a business system. It's simply a series of tools and procedures that you need to run your business, so that you, as the owner of the business, do not have to be at the premise where your business. Timing is very important, because if you start the business at the wrong time, your business doesn't gain traction. Now, what is this industry we're talking about? What is this business? It's called network marketing. Network marketing is a system of distribution of products that takes the product from the manufacturer to the consumer through only one middle person, a distributor. It is the most efficient way of distribution known to mankind. Why? Because we cut out middlemen between the manufacturer and the consumer. We don't have wholesalers, we don't have advertising, we don't have retailers. The money the company would have spent to pay all these middlemen is what is paid to distributors like myself or some of my business colleagues who are attending this presentation. The products are explained to customers thereby with a lot of information about the product. Their decision is based on very well educated information. The products are researched and developed on your behalf. That simply means, although you're starting your own business, you're not by yourself. You're partnering with a company that has got more than 60 years experience, and they do the sourcing of the product, getting the raw material, they design the product, they package the product, they do quality control, they package and they put the product in 50 different markets around the world. And your responsibility is to get these products from the company to the marketplace. That is simply what network marketing is. So although you're your own business, you're not by yourself. You've got a whole support structure that helps you to build the business. There are no qualifications required in this business except three things. One, a desire for success. Number two is teachability. And number three, hard work. If you have these three ingredients, you're going to be very successful. Neolife was started by Jerry Brasfield. When Jerry Brasfield was a young man, was a teenager, he had very serious asthma. And because of this, his mother gave him natural remedies and his health dramatically improved. And he took a very keen interest in natural supplements. That is, these are products that we take that are supposed to be in our human food chain, but because of processing and industrialization, most of the time that we don't have it. And as a result of that one, the dream of Jerry Brasfield in 1958, Neolife has become a global brand. 64 years later, in fact, it's going to be 65 this year. Why has Neolife lasted all these years? Neolife has lasted all these years because we believe in some 5 basic principles that are important for the longevity of our business. Number 1, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe that we need to treat our customers with honesty and integrity in the way we do business. Integrity simply means doing the right thing when nobody is watching. The second one is people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If we don't have people, we don't have anything. The third element is products that work. Neolife spends a lot of money to put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board. What is their duty? To do research and develop the highest level of products that we can bring to the marketplace. They guarantee the product quality. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts this business starts at exactly the same level. And the growth of your business depends on just how hard you work. And the last one is long-range vision. You need to have a long-range vision because this is a long-term business. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, as I've said earlier. In 1971, it came to South Africa. 1996 to 97, it went to East Africa. And then the year 1999 and 2000 started the business in West Africa. So if you're a guest, this company has now come into your doorstep. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Some start the business because they want to make money. My wife and I started business because we wanted to make only an extra $200 a month. So people start the business and families to have a better, buy dream houses or build dream homes, to buy good cars, to have holiday homes or go attend holidays. A lot of people start this business because they want to make money. Okay. And I think it's very important for us to be able to make money. You see, money is not the most important thing in life, but I think it ranks somewhere with oxygen. Okay. So some people join to make money, some people join because they want to be physically fit. When you start the business, you're partnering with a company that has got more than 60 years experience, operating in over 50 countries around the world, is supported by the scientific advisor. Think about this if you're a guest. You're starting a business, but you've got a group of scientists who are working on your behalf. You don't have to worry about the quality, worry about the packaging, the quality control, the registration of the products in different markets where we do the business. That has already been done for you by your partner, Neolife. And then we have 4 ranges of products. The first range is the home care, golden home care range. These are products for cleaning the bathroom, the kitchen, the toilet, and so on. The second is the personal care range of products. These are products for cleaning your body, your hair shampoos, hair conditioner, hand and body lotion, things that you need to make your life comfortable. The third is the skincare range of products. These are skincare organics called nutrients to cleanse and detoxify, to balance the moisture balance in your skin, to activate, to protect your skin from the elements, dust, and all those pollutants. And the last range is the healthcare range. This is the highest selling range of our business. Why? Because your greatest wealth is your health. How does this business work? This business works when you get engaged in what we call 3 daily success habits. These are the things you need to do every day to grow your business. The first, use the products. Use the products because you're supporting your own business. You simply change your buying habits. You start buying products from your own business. If you want products for cleaning your home, buy from Neolife. If you want health supplement, you buy from Neolife. If you want skincare range of products, you buy from Neolife. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the globe, the company used the point value system to standardize the business measurement in all these countries. Okay, so 100 PV is equivalent of about $160 in value. The next thing we do is we share the business opportunity. That simply means we begin to introduce people to business promoters or users like ourselves. If we introduce 6 people plus ourselves is 7, you've built a 700 PV unit, you become a manager, and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing you do is you train or teach all these people you brought in also to introduce others. If the person at the top right corner introduced 2, and those 2 introduce 2 each, you have built a 700 PV unit plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV. You become a senior manager and your income is about $90 a month. Then the next thing, you start a duplication process. That simply means all these people you brought into the business as promoters and users of the product, you teach them also to build their own, introduce their own people to the business. If you have 6 people who are doing 700 PV, you've generated 4,200 plus your own 100 PV is 4,300. You become a director in the business. Your income is $580 to $700. Now, one of the things that is very critical about our business is growth. Growth comes from when you help people to become successful in the business. To retract a little bit, not everybody that you're going to speak to is going to be want to become business builders. Some of them, we just want to use products as customers, and you make a profit of about 20%. Excuse me. The next thing is personal development. This is actually where the crunch of the business is, because your aim is to become a good business leader through the support system that we have, training, support, and personal attending seminars, attending conferences, so that you can learn how to become a business leader or a business builder. Now, if you want to earn more money in this business, it's a very simple thing. Help other people that you've introduced as business builders also to reach the level of director like yourself. If you help one more person to become a director, you reach the sapphire level of business, your income is about $1,000 plus. If you help 3 people become directors, your income is about $2,000. If you help 6 people become directors, your income is about $5,000 a month. Okay, so at this point, I'd like to introduce a very dear friend of mine, one of the top leaders in Kenya in this business, Fred Gichuki. Fred Gichuki, we've known each other for a very, very long time. And whenever I hear his story, it always reminds me why I started the business. Simple word, freedom. Fred, can you hear me? Okay, I think Fred is getting ready somewhere to share with us his experience. And those of you who are guests, the only difference between yourself and Fred or yourself and myself is time. Sorry, 2 things. One is a decision to do the business. Number 2, to commit yourself to do the business. That will be the only difference between being in this forum to share your story and not being in this forum to share your story. And it's very exciting when you meet people who've been in the business a long time and they're able to share this business with others because they made a commitment to become successful in the business. Not sure whether you can identify where Fred is so that you can unmute him.
Yes, Pascal, I'm here. Sorry, my phone had died off, so I had to use the laptop.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So take it away, Fred.
Okay, thank you so much, Pascal. I truly appreciate the fact that you've given me a chance to share and just to give a little bit of my story. And first of all, I want to appreciate Pascal for always being here for us, always doing the meetings for us on Mondays and also on Thursdays. Well, that is serious commitment, and I can tell you it's not easy. And we truly appreciate what Pascal and Betty are doing, and the fact that they have held on to our business during COVID and up to date. And they have actually helped so many of us to be able to step up, bring up back our businesses, and we truly, truly appreciate. So my name is Fred Gichuki. For the guests on the call, Fred is an entrepreneur with Neolife International. I joined this business quite a while back, actually. I joined this business in 1996. In 1996, I was a young man who had just come out of college. I was on my 3rd job. I was broke. I was earning about $100 a month, working 18 hours a day. And life was not easy. I'd studied management, hotel management. I did a higher diploma in management. Later, I did a degree. But the thing about employment is that the papers you get many a times are not commensurate with the job that you get. Because for me, I had studied, I'd gotten this good certificate. I graduated top in my class. But when it came to the real world, instead of being number 1, I became number last, so to speak, because many of the guys that we were with in class ended up making more money than I was making. They got very nice jobs. They had a company car. They were living the life that I wanted to live. But yet in class, they were not serious about classwork. They were always skiving and doing all manner of things. But me, who was a bookworm, who was a class representative, really got the short end of the stick. And instead of becoming a manager, I became a cook, a waiter, a receptionist, which were not very exciting positions, given the fact that I was supposed to be a manager. And many of my friends were indeed managers. So a stranger approached me one day when I was working, and he asked me a very simple question. He asked me, Fred, would you like to make some money on a part-time basis? Well, to me, that was not even a question. I mean, that was an answer. I mean, I was working more than 15 hours a day at my job and earning peanuts, $100. And here comes somebody who tells me there's something you can do for 2 to 3 hours that can give you an extra 30,000 shillings a month. 30,000 is like $300 a month, yet I was only earning $100. That is 3 times my pay. Of course, the answer was yes. I joined immediately. I didn't wait to consult anybody, ask around everybody's opinion and all that. And for the benefit of the guests, I know you're on this call. There's a reason why you're on this call. There's a need in your life that you feel that can be filled with what Neolife has to offer. I'll tell you something. Don't wait for people's approval to join this business or to use these products. If you wait for people's approval, then you'll never start. You will get what we call too much analysis, which causes paralysis, you see? Because people will try to shoot holes in the whole system. And many of those people who will speak the loudest don't have a clue what our industry is all about or what our company is all about. Maybe they know somebody who came in and probably didn't attend any training, didn't know much about the products, and who was waiting for money to come from heaven, like manna from heaven. And that didn't happen because that does not happen in our business. And they will try to discourage you and you will end up losing your dream. Because I look at what happened to me as a result of joining. When I joined this company, I went home, I told my parents, I told my brothers, my sisters, they were all skeptical. Nobody was positive about it. But I was stubborn. I continued doing the business and I said, I'm going to show them that it can work. And I remember my first check from this company was a check I was paid for about, what, $3? Yeah, it was $3. That's 300 shillings. I went home with it and everybody laughed and they thought I was crazy. Here I am in this international company and I'm only getting a check of $3. And I didn't give up. I continued. My upline really helped me. He told me the harder you work, the more the zeros you get on your check. So I continued working hard and the check started growing. I went to 3,000 Kenya shillings, which is like $30. And it kept on climbing. Finally, I became a director. And as a director, my check was actually $300, which was 3 times my pay. Let me tell you, my life changed. I was earning 3 times my pay part-time. And full-time, I was still earning my $100. And I tell you, I got a badge written director. You know, that boosted my self-esteem because at my place of work, I was this guy who didn't have a job description. I could be told to do anything, go to the kitchen and cook, wash utensils, do whatever, clean this part, fix this pipe. You know, just funny odd jobs, which didn't have anything to do with my training. But suddenly in Neolife, I was a director. And I remember the company started taking me for lifestyle events. We went to the Windsor Golf and Country Club. We went to Lyco Regency, Hilton, and some of these 5-star hotels. Yes, I'd been to most of them, but I'd gone there as an employee or as an operative. But this time I was going as actually a guest. And instead of calling people sir, they were calling me sir and carrying my luggage. You know, at my place of work, I used to carry luggage for people, taking them to the rooms. Now they were carrying my luggage and asking me where I've traveled to. Way of transforming your life from black to white. So I became a director. I continued working out the business and I went on. Later, I became a world team member. And I remember when I became a world team member, a few things changed in my life. I bought my first car. It was a Toyota KAK 252Z. I remember it very well, Toyota 100. And that was an exciting car. It was mine, you know. Though sometimes it had a mind of its own, it would decide when to move and when not to move. But the fact is, it was mine, and I had the car keys and I had the logbook, and I was excited about it. And I did a lot of business with that car. My team remembers that car very well. We had a lot of fun times with that car. And, you know, for a young boy, getting a car is everything. You know, we get a car toy when we are kids. We're given I mean, just toys that have gadgets. We love gadgets. So I really wanted to drive my own car, just to be told that Fred owns a car with the logbook in my name. So I got my first car. Then the other thing is that I got to travel. I remember I'd always wanted to get into a plane and go somewhere. You know, I'd never been in a plane before. I used to see them pass and I would say, well, zile ziko na wenyewe, because I couldn't see myself how I could get into a plane. I remember one time they had a special offer in the papers of a return trip to Kisumu. It was costing about, it was a while back, it was costing about 8,000 shillings return. And my salary was 10K. I mean, at that point, I just gave up about traveling. I said, if this is a special offer and I can't afford it, what about the real cost? I mean, it's beyond my reach. So I got a chance to travel with Neolife. We got into a plane. I remember we were told to get to the airport at 5 a.m. And I was there at 3 a.m. I didn't want to take any chances. I mean, imagine somebody has offered you a chance of a lifetime. Get into it's your first time. You've never been in a plane. And you know, that night I didn't sleep. I kept tossing and turning, and I said, no, one day I'll sleep permanently. But for today, I'm not sleeping. And you know, I was still staying with my siblings. So I was scared that they might take my ticket or my passport and hide it. Then I wouldn't get a chance to travel. And I put it under my pillow and I kept peeping at it until finally I said, no, I'm not sleeping. So I stayed awake the whole night so that I could make sure that I wouldn't get late and get to the airport at 7 a.m. and yet the flight I was supposed to be there by 5. So I got there at 3 a.m. and we got into a plane. Now, when I got into that plane, I was so mesmerized. The atmosphere, I mean, it was just something else. Let me tell you, for those on the call who've never traveled, gotten into a plane, let me tell you, you need to do Neolife until you get to travel with Neolife. It's really a special, special feeling. And especially the fact that you're traveling free of charge. That makes it even more special. I remember that day we traveled with the likes of Anyang Nyong and Kiraitu Murungi. Apparently, these are the rich, the creme de la creme that I used to see on television. And here I am with them. They're also World Team members, and we are traveling to the same destination. And for me, I am a cook, waiter, stroke receptionist, earning $100 as a salary. And here I am with Anyang Nyong and having breakfast with Anyang Nyong, supper with Kiraitu Murungi. And let me tell you, it was just unbelievable. It was an experience like no other. We went to South Africa. We were there for 5 days, 5 fabulous days. I remember those days like it was yesterday. And we just had fun. It was a holiday. And we went for a game drive. The hotel we were living in had a zoo in it. So we could go down and see the animals. It had a huge casino. You could go in there and see people gambling and that kind of thing. And that was the beginning of my journey, my travel with Neolife. I can tell you today, I've traveled with Neolife more than, I would say more than 20 destinations around the world, more than 20, well over 20. I've been to America twice, I've been to Mexico, Mauritius, South Africa so many times. I mean, Hong Kong, China. And I look at it and I say, where on earth would a receptionist who was earning 10,000 shillings get to live that kind of lifestyle? I mean, where on earth? Where on earth would you get a business that not only pays you money, but every year gives you a holiday abroad? By the way, later in life, courtesy of Neolife, I met a lady. She was my customer. And I like saying that I upgraded her from a customer to my wife. And we got married, and now we have 4 beautiful girls. And I mean, life is exciting. My wife was working at the Uganda High Commission. She quit employment to do this business. We do it together. And most of those trips we have traveled together. So it's like every year the company gives us a honeymoon abroad with my spouse. I remember at one point she was not very excited about Neolife when she was new. She told me, I don't want to do those things of selling soap and that kind of thing. And I told her, okay, sweetie, let me just do the soap selling business. You continue working for the ambassador. And I think a year or so, I remember it was Valentine's Day. It was February, like now, and it was Valentine's Day. And we happened to be in South Africa, courtesy of Neolife. And I told her, sweetie, what do you think about this soap selling business? She said, hey, it's fine, it's great. In fact, I want to quit employment, we do it with you. And I was so excited about that, you know? So one thing that I'll tell the guests is that some people close to you might not see the vision of your life at the beginning. Don't get discouraged. They are not the ones who have attended this meeting. They don't have your dream. They don't have your nightmare. For me, I had a nightmare because I was desperate. I wanted to change my life. I was not happy about my circumstances. I was earning peanuts. My certificates were not giving me the income that I wanted. And I didn't want to work until the day I'm over 60 and be retrenched. I wanted to be my own boss at a very early age. So I had my own whys. Yeah. And that is why I decided to stick with it and do it no matter what. If you're here and you're a guest and you're serious, you want to change your life, you have something that in you that is telling you you need to do something different, you want better out of this life, then don't listen to anybody out there. Get in, get started, and start doing this business seriously. I told you my first check was $3. The highest check I've gotten from New Life is a check I was paid for $13,000. And I remember we had gone, I think, to London, and we were given that check. We were number one in East Africa in the president's team. And I tell you, it was a feeling like no other. It was a major recognition. From the KAK, I bought several cars. Today I drive a 4-wheel drive car. And more importantly, I've helped several people in my team drive nice cars. I have people in my team who are earning over $1,000. I mean, can you imagine helping somebody to earn $1,000 and over on a monthly basis? That is something that, I mean, it's just unbelievable. If you want something that you can be able to touch people's lives, make a positive difference, open a way for somebody to grow and prosper, this is the opportunity for you. Yeah. So I've been able to, today I have a lot of properties that I bought courtesy of New Life. I'm a landlord. I mean, life is good. So for the guests who are here, I want to tell you today is the beginning of the rest of your life. The decision you make today will either make or break your life. And for me, you know, when you're talking about business, if you look at it keenly, Pascal is going to share with you what it takes to start this business. For me, I had to pay, I think, almost $100, $9,900 to start, which money that I didn't have. I borrowed this money, I paid $3,500, I borrowed the difference, and I got started. Today, joining your life, you can join with $100 and you are in the business and you've started. And I said to myself, I won't give myself an excuse of saying I don't have the money to start, because I could have easily done it. I mean, my salary was $100. How do you expect me to start a business that is costing $100 to start, yet my salary is $100? It doesn't make sense. But I tended to look at it the other way around. I asked myself, if I don't start this business today, 5 years from today, 10 years from today, where will I have that $100 when somebody comes asking for it? If already I'd been working for X number of years and I don't have that kind of money saved somewhere that just in case I need to do something, what guarantees do I have that if I continue doing what I was doing, I was going to get that money at any time? So I borrowed the money to get started. I also had the benefit of having tried several businesses, just like I know most of our guests have tried. I had tried selling mitumba, second-hand clothes. I had tried selling trousers. I tried selling shoes. I tried, I got a kiosk somewhere and I would show some video shows to some kids. I tried selling insurance. I mean, I would take money, sink it in a business, the business shuts, the money is gone, the capital is gone. And I'll take loans. I'll take 50,000, 100,000, sink it in a business. I would go to Kinangop, bring cabbages and try to sell. I mean, before New Life, I tried many things. And all these things, I was just losing money, and not 2 shillings, a lot of money. I mean, you go, you invest 50,000 and you lose the money, you try again, you take another loan, you're left paying that loan. Some of that money I borrowed from my dad. And that explains why he was so skeptical about me doing another business, because I had borrowed from him so many times and starting businesses which failed. So I don't really blame him when he was skeptical. But when I looked at this business and I saw only $100, I mean, what is that? As far as businesses go, let's not even talk about business. We've just come from Christmas. $100, 10,000 shillings. I'm sure for most people on the call, that is more than that is much less than what they spent to buy clothes for their family or just to go out and have fun. I'm sure they spend much more than that. And yet that's the amount of money that you can get involved in your life, and it can transform your life. And 2 to 5 years from today, you could be in a position where you have achieved most of, if not all of the dreams that you have, that you would like to achieve. So when you look at it from that point of view, I mean, getting involved in your life is not anything to think about. It's something that you just get in and get started. Because if you don't do that, that 10,000 shillings, how long is it going to stay in your pocket? It will not even last a month before it gets finished. It will be a week or two. And you've not invested it. You've actually used it. You'll never see it again. But I invested $100. And today, 26 years later, I'm still reaping and earning from $100 that I invested 26 years ago. I mean, that's incredible right there. Yeah. If I look at the things, even just one ticket to South Africa or to Mexico, I remember when we went to Mexico, the company spent $250,000 Kenya shillings to pay for my trip. When we went to Las Vegas, the company was spending it was almost $1,000 a night at Caesar's Palace for Fred Gichuki to sleep there. And I paid only $100 to get started. I mean, what a business. If you're here and you're a guest, today is the beginning of your life. Take up this opportunity. This year will not be the same again when you get started in your life. You'll grow as a person. Yes, there are challenges, but they are trainers. We'll train you, we'll walk the journey with you. Pascal is here, is an excellent trainer. We have the person who has invited you, will show you where your leaders are, where they train, and you'll be trained, and your story will even be better than what we have and what we are giving as our story and our journey. So, Pascal, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so excited about New Life. I feel brand new. I feel brand new in New Life. And I can tell you, the sky is not the limit in New Life. The sky is a stepping stone for where we are going with New Life. Thank you so much. And back to you, Pascal.
Thank you very much, Fred. Don't forget, the guests who are here today, in this business, not only do you become successful, you can also get a spouse if you have your eyes opened. That's really wonderful, Fred. It's really you see, these are the kind of things that you don't really get in normal business. Let me not spoil the wonderful story you've just had. Let me go to the next thing. That is some of the advantages the company takes to grow our business. That is to take full advantage of technology. I remember that when the COVID started, we started training in April 2020. And for a period of 5 months, because the lockdown in South Africa started on 26th of March, home for 5 months, but our business grew by 35%. Why? Because you could order product by online services. You'd register new people in the business by online services. Because we are a healthcare company, the products in South Africa were designated, what is the term I'm looking for? They were designated essential services company. So New Life actually did not close down. So our business actually grew. If the moment you register as a distributor, the company opens for you your own back office where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done. Online training services locally and internationally. I mean, I've just seen some of my friends from Nigeria. I saw Kunle, who I've seen people from East Africa, West Africa, Southern Africa. So this business, online services, it makes it possible for people to build a business all around the globe without leaving their homes. Delivery of products, the company contracts courier companies where they've registered to do business so that the courier companies can deliver products to our customers. Payments by online services or mobile money. Payment of bonuses and commissions by electronic funds transfer and mobile money. One of the things that Fred mentioned is attending events. Every year around August, September, October, different regions meet to celebrate the success in the business. In East Africa, the last meeting was on the 27th of August in Dar es Salaam. In Southern Africa, we met on the 20th of August in Pretoria. This year in Pretoria, we are meeting on the 14th of October for what is called the Impact New Life Summit. Okay, so the company gives you everything you need to become successful and travel to different places. How do you get started in the business? Speak to your sponsor or the person who invited you. I need to mention that please do not misunderstand the word sponsor. The word sponsor is not this person who pays for you to start. No, your sponsor is the person who introduces you to the business, guides and helps you to become successful. But you need to get your own money to invest in the business. Okay, fill the application form, pay your registration amount. In South Africa is between 830 and 2,810. In Kenya is 8,000 or 10,000 shillings. Nigeria is 24,500 or 31,500 naira. In Tanzania is 153,000 or 190,000 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda is 225,000 or 273,000 Uganda shillings. In the USA is 75 US dollars. In Togo is 43,500 or 58,500 francs CFA. Italy 64 euros. Ghana 493 or 787 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon is 56,000 or 68,000 francs CFA. This is what your initial investment in the business is going to be. What do you need to succeed? Remember, success always begins with a decision. When you decide, yes, I want to get into this adventure. I want to get into this business to make a difference in my life and the life of my family and my future generations. So decision is the first thing. The next thing is you need to know what you want. What is your dream? Excited. What is it that keeps you awake at night? It could be a nightmare because you don't want the challenging life you've been leading. You want something different, okay? So you need to know what you want. And the second thing is find out what you need to know or do, okay? That means you need to be teachable. Success comes from depending on other people to navigate the road that they have already traveled. So be teachable. The third is hard work. Discipline, guts, persistence, talking to people all the time. You need patience. First and foremost, you need patience with yourself. Success doesn't come overnight. Success comes from patient, persistent, disciplined action. Number 4 is faith in yourself, your sponsor, and the company. If you have these things going for you, your business is going to succeed. So, what is next for you? The next step is go back to the person who invited you. Tell them you're interested in the business, you want to get started. They will guide you on how to get started. If you have questions, they will answer all your questions. But the important thing is don't have what is called analysis paralysis. You want to analyze this thing until nothing happens. So speak to the person who invited you. I want to wish you every success in your business. And good night and God bless.
Good night, Pascal.
Good night, Fred.